Now here's your lineup for Heat 1B. The Kellogg's Tony the Tiger boat in lane 1. Miss Pog in lane 2. Oh Boy Oberto in lane 3. Bellevue Mazda in lane 4. Misco Bowling lane 5. And the Coors Dry, a brand new boat, in lane number 6. Here they come down for the green flag, and it's a good start on Lake Washington.
All right, Dick, we're down to 5 starters. The Bellevue Miss Mazda, driven by Jack Barrie, would not start. They said the carburetor overloaded, no spark to the engine.
And in Heat 1B, a challenge early on to Tony the Tiger, the Kellogg's boat, blue and white on your screen. You can see him taking the lead from the Miss Pog, the yellow boat, and also from the Oh Boy Oberto. Todd Yarling now back in 3rd place. So Ken Muscatel was making the challenge in the final turn in the yellow Miss Pog. Also trying to make a challenge far to the outside, Todd Yarling in the Oh Boy Oberto, but it's Mike Hanson holding on in the Kellogg's Tony the Tiger boat for the win.
Looks like the Kellogg's Tony the Tiger crew from Madison has put some different power in there. They look the best they've looked all year in winning Heat 1B. We'll be back with more action. Lake Washington in Seattle in just a moment. Washington, Seattle, the Rainier Cup. Stop number 6 of the RC Cola Hydroplane Series. I'm Jim Hendrick along with Dick Crippen, and a surprise visitor has just shown up in the pits.
Well, Chip, number 1, we're awful glad to just see you up and around.
Thank you. And that's pretty much how I feel. I'm just thankful that they did such a good job building that cockpit and that I can be here to enjoy the day.
I heard a phone call came in from Chip Hanauer to the pits yesterday, said he might like to drive Sunday. My reaction was the pain pills must be good ones.
Yeah, I afraid the pain pills were doing my thinking for me. Last night I called Ron at about 11 o'clock and said, I think I can do it. This morning I woke up and I knew I couldn't.
Do you remember what happened on the thing? Because was there any sort of a thump or any warning at all?
No, no warning at all. The boat was perfect. It was really nice. Best it's been all week. And then I just started to put the thing into the corner, and all of a sudden the thing just left. And there was no vibration, no anything. So didn't give me any warning at all.
Chip Hanauer is heading for Indianapolis to get fitted up with a special vest in hopes of driving at Kansas City, the next stop. 8-2A. Now it'll be Miss T Plus on the inside. Lane number 2, Winston Eagle. Miss Budweiser, lane 3. American Spirit in lane 4. The Tide and the Miss Rock on the outside. And by the way, the Edge's American Spirit, Dick, didn't start. That boat almost came apart. Ripped up a section near the escape hatch on the bottom. They have to make repairs. They're not in this race.
All right, but in the race right now, it is going to be the Winston Eagle. Mark Tate taking it down into turn number 1. But look at Scott Pierce. He's trying to catch him on the outside. Meanwhile, on the inside, the Miss T Plus, Steve David, and he is still riding without a complete wing assembly in the back of the boat, and he's still trying to fight for the lead. There you can see the Miss Budweiser popping out to the right of Mark Tate in the Winston Eagle, and still on his left on the inside is the Miss T Plus.
The Winston Eagle cracks a 145.577 mile-an-hour lap as the Budweiser now sneaks up and takes over on the outside, but right away, Mark Tate comes back in and puts his foot down.
Looks like the rivalry is back in fine force as the Miss Budweiser gets a little bit light going down into the turn, but Scott Pierce holds on to it again, tiptoeing across the water. Mark Tate seems to be getting a little smoother ride in the Winston Eagle, at least for this time around, and there he goes, putting the pedal to it, and he gets light. As soon as they put the speed to it, he gets light again. So both of these boats, both of these drivers are getting light on the course. They've got to be aware of the horizons as they go, and there's a hook. The Miss Budweiser hooked right into the rooster tail of the Winston Eagle. Now Mark Tate out in front, and he's really not meeting heavy competition. Second place is the Miss T Plus. Back in 5th place is the Miss Rock. Nate Brown doing a great job. Here comes the checkered flag out. Winston Eagle. Mark Tate is going to take the win in the heat.
And the Tide, George Wood Jr. in 3rd place has his steering fixed, as does the Miss Rock, who finishes 5th. Nate Brown's fuel line problems seem to be corrected. Let's go to the pits.
Mark, a little bit sloppy out there, but you held on.
Yeah, the race course was real rough and real sloppy, and you know, extending that 5-minute period when we're all scored up is just making it real rough out there. And it's like final heat conditions running the preliminaries, and usually we don't see sloppy water like that.
Well, Steve, you and I have been talking the last couple of weeks about the fact that the field has been tightening up each and every race, and it looks like it's really tight.
Oh, but it's spectacular racing today. I mean, both the heats we've been in have been really spectacular. I mean, fans are getting a tremendous show.
They surely are. They surely are, Steve Woomer. 300,000 plus fans are ready for action in Heat 2B. From Hawaii, Miss Pog, driven by Ken Muscatel for owner Bob Fendler. He'll be in lane number 1. Coors Dry with overnight work is in lane 2. Mitch Evans driving. Oh boy, Roberto, lane number 3 with Todd Yelling driving for the Cooper family. Jerry Hopp and Miss Go Bowling will be in lane number 4. Jack Barrie will not start for the second straight time in Bellevue. Miss Mazda, engine problems. And Mike Hanson hopes to make it 2 in a row in Kellogg's Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger on the outside. Coming up, Mike Hanson trying to get the advantage on the start, and they're off. It looks like he's going to lead on the far outside. The inside boats, remember, will have an advantage on him as far as holding on to the buoys. And you'll remember the Miss Pog, the yellow boat on the right of your screen, now moving center, was the boat that challenged him for the lead in the last heat. So Tony the Tiger leads out of the turn. Miss Pog is very tight in there, as is Oh Boy Alberto in between the two.
The Bellevue Miss Mazda, scheduled to be driven by Jack Barrie, now has not only ignition problems, but an oil pressure drop as well. We're hearing that from the pits. They did not start.
Dr. Ken Muscatel, then the yellow Miss Pog, now takes the lead over the other 2 boats. It's a 3-boat race as far as the front pack is concerned. Ken Muscatel getting a great ride out of Hawaii in that boat. In second place, it is the far outside boat, Tony the Tiger, blue and white in color. And back in third place, Todd Yarling. Whoa, look at the Pog get loose. Todd Yarling is in third in the Oh Boy Alberto. Coors Dry is now back in 4th place, and Mitch Evans experimenting with that boat. Here's the challenge up front. Tony the Tiger now on the outside. Mike Hanson trying to power on in the blue and white boat. Ken Muscatel and the Miss Pog on the inside, the yellow boat, and they are neck and neck as they come down the stretch. Oh boy, Alberto, Todd Yarling now back in 3rd, and here comes your checkered flag. It's going to be to the outside boat. Kellogg's Tony the Tiger takes 1st. Ken Muscatel and the Miss Pog taking 2nd. Oh boy, Alberto 3rd. Coors Dry 4th. Miss Go Bowling 5th. And the Bellevue Miss Mazda did not start.
Mike, I'll tell you, 2 in a row, not too shabby.
No, that's great. We need to make it 3 in a row and get ourselves a good pick for the final. It's not going to be easy. Ken Muscatel and the Pog boat, they're running well, and you know, the Alberto boat, they get down the straightaway pretty good as well. So
you were awful sticky on the water at Tri-Cities. How come the boat's so loose for this race?
It's an awful rough race course here. You got rollers that come from the side, and the boat tends to set off on it. Rather than hitting the rollers head on, we're getting from the side, and the boat starts doing a walk. And once it gets a little high, you start getting a little nervous. So it's just going to be a rough, and everybody's going to have that problem, I believe.
The RC Cola Unlimited Hydroplane Series from Seattle continues in just a moment. Back on Lake Washington, we're still counting down to the final championship heat, which incidentally should be a wild heat later this afternoon. We're ready for 3A, a summary of that. Miss T Plus in lane 1, Winston Eagle lane 2, the Tide, Miss Budweiser, Miss Rock, and Pietro's American Spirit filling it out to the outside.
The Pietro's American Spirit is still on the beach, Dick. They did not start that. Escape hatch that came loose caused a lot of damage. They have not been able to repair it. And in this first turn back, you can't see it. The Tide has just spun out. And we're getting a report that the front canards have been damaged. He's going to run, but how well, we don't know. But look at our leaders.
Far outside, it's the Miss Budweiser with Scott Pierce on the inside. Moving up on him right now, it's Mark Tate in the Dayglow red boat known as Winston Eagle. And Mark Tate is power on as they come through the turn, a little bit light. Checkered flag in view. T Plus trying to move up into 2nd place. T Plus is going to do it into 2nd. The winner is the Winston Eagle. T Plus on the inside, 2nd place.
The Tide limps home 4th. George Woods Jr., the driver. Nate Brown is mad, we hear. Miss Rock lost the fuel line again. Tried to fix it on the course. He could not. He gets a DNF. All 6 boats started at Heat 3B. From the Miss Pog, Oh Boy Alberto, Coors Dry, Bellevue Mazda, Miss Go Bowling, and a boat who's won twice in a row now, the Kellogg's on the outside as they made their start.
An easy run for Mike Hanson in the Kellogg's. He was waiting for this one. He took full advantage on the outside. The blue and white boat went into the lead. No competition for him. Held the boat beautifully. The big battle was back in 2nd place. The Oh Boy Alberto and the Miss Pog.
And at an average of 124 mile an hour, Mike Hanson made it 3 straight at Kellogg's. Tony the Tiger, he qualifies for the final. Here's the end of a perfect day for the Bellevue Mazda team. Jack Barrie's boat had stern damage, took on water, and began to sink. They did manage to salvage the boat and get it back to shore. Here's the final standings for Heat 3B. Kellogg's, Miss Pog, Oh Boy Alberto, Coors Dry, Miss Go Bowling, and of course you saw the Mazda sinking.